Listen, life is a mental game. Everything you do, everything you achieve, it all starts in your mind. And if you don't take the time to train your mind, life is going to train it for you. And let me tell you, life ain't always the kindest teacher. See, most folks wake up every day and just react to life. They wake up, scroll through their phone, go to work, come home, and do it all over again. But the problem is, if you don't take control of what goes into your mind, the world will fill it up with negativity, doubt, and distractions. And before you know it, you're stuck. Same problems, same struggles, same excuses. Your mind is your most powerful asset, but most people don't treat it that way. They invest in cars, clothes, and homes, but they don't invest in their own mindset. And that's why so many people stay stuck in the same cycles year after year. If you don't take time to train your mind, it will be trained by everything around you. Social media, negativity, fear, and doubt. Think about it. Every great person you admire, every successful person you see, they all have one thing in common: a strong mindset. It's not just talent, luck, or connections. It's the way they think. They don't let distractions dictate their future. They don't let fear stop them from taking action. They train their minds to see possibilities instead of obstacles. Training your mind is just like training your body. If you want to get stronger, you don't hit the gym once and expect results. You go consistently. You push past resistance. You stay committed. Your mind works the same way. If you want to build confidence, success, and resilience, you have to work on it every single day. That means filling it with the right thoughts, the right messages, and the right habits. Start your day with intention. Before you even grab your phone, take a moment to set your mind on the right path. Read something positive. Speak affirmations over your life. Pray, meditate, visualize. Do whatever it takes to strengthen your mindset, because if you don't, the world will feed you negativity before you even step out the door. You have to be deliberate about what you allow into your mind. If you constantly listen to gossip, fear-based news, or people who doubt you, that's what will shape your reality. But if you choose to surround yourself with inspiration, knowledge, and positive influences, your mind will start working for you instead of against you. Every single day, your mind is being fed information. Whether you realize it or not, what you listen to, watch, and engage with is shaping your thoughts, your beliefs, and ultimately your future. The problem is most people aren't paying attention to what they're consuming. They wake up and immediately start scrolling through their phones, letting social media, the news, and other people's opinions set the tone for their day. And then they wonder why they feel stressed, anxious, or stuck. You have to understand that your mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant in it will grow. If you're constantly feeding it negativity, doubt, and fear, that's exactly what's going to take root. But if you make the choice to plant seeds of positivity, knowledge, and faith, that's what will flourish. The challenge is most people don't even realize how much junk they're allowing into their mental space. Look at the people you spend the most time around. Are they lifting you up or dragging you down? Are they filling your mind with inspiration and possibilities? Or are they constantly complaining, gossiping, and feeding you doubt? The conversations you have daily are shaping your mindset more than you think. If you're always around negativity, it's only a matter of time before it becomes your own mindset. The same goes for what you watch and listen to. If you're filling your mind with meaningless content, if you're glued to fear-based news, if you're constantly listening to music or entertainment that reinforces struggle and limitation, that's what your mind will accept as normal. But when you start being intentional about what you consume, choosing books that expand your thinking, listening to motivational messages, watching content that inspires and educates you, you begin to rewire your mind for success. What goes in must come out. If you feed your mind with confidence, wisdom, and vision, you will start to think, act, and move differently. But if you let the world decide what fills your mind, you'll be operating on someone else's agenda instead of creating your own. Your thoughts shape your reality. If you constantly tell yourself you're not good enough, not smart enough, and not capable, then that's exactly what your life will reflect. Too many people walk around defeated before they even try because they've let negative thoughts take control. They repeat the same self-doubt over and over, not realizing that every word they speak to themselves is programming their mind. The good news is, just like negativity can shape your life, so can positivity. But it has to be intentional. You have to replace those negative thoughts with affirmations that build you up instead of tear you down. Instead of saying, "I'll never be successful," say, "I am capable of achieving my goals." Instead of thinking, "Nothing ever works out for me," start saying, "Everything is working out for my good." It might feel unnatural at first, but that's because your mind has been conditioned to believe the opposite. The more you practice it, the stronger your mindset becomes. One of the most powerful ways to shift your thinking is through gratitude. When you start focusing on what's right in your life instead of what's wrong, your perspective changes. Instead of complaining about what you don't have, be thankful for what you do. Instead of dwelling on failures, appreciate the lessons they taught you. Gratitude trains your mind to see possibilities instead of problems. And when you focus on the good, you attract more of it. This is not about ignoring reality or pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing how you respond to life. When challenges come, and they will, you can either let them defeat you or use them to grow. The key is training your mind to find solutions instead of excuses. Every time you replace a negative thought with a positive one, you are strengthening your mental foundation. Every time you speak life over yourself instead of doubt, you are programming your mind for success. The more you do it, the more natural it becomes. And soon, you'll start seeing the results in every area of your life. Discipline is the difference between success and stagnation. Just like an athlete doesn't wake up in peak condition without training, your mind won't become strong, focused, or resilient without consistent effort. Too many people wait until they feel motivated to take action. But motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. Discipline, on the other hand, is what keeps you moving forward even when you don't feel like it. Training your mind requires daily practice. That means controlling your thoughts, pushing past self-doubt, and staying committed to personal growth. It's easy to fall into bad habits, wasting time on distractions, feeding into negativity, or letting emotions dictate your actions. But just like an athlete follows a strict training schedule, you have to put yourself on a mental routine. You have to wake up and decide that no matter what happens today, you will focus on your goals, control your mindset, and refuse to let negativity take over. An athlete doesn't quit training because they had one bad practice. They keep going because they know consistency is what leads to results. The same applies to your mind. You might struggle with doubt today, but if you keep feeding yourself positivity, keep challenging your fears, and keep pushing yourself to grow, you'll start to see progress. You have to be disciplined enough to do the work even when you don't see immediate results. It's not about being perfect, it's about being committed. When distractions come, and they will, you have to remind yourself why you started. When doubt creeps in, you have to replace it with faith. When negativity surrounds you, you have to create your own environment of success. Discipline is about making the choice every single day to strengthen your mind instead of letting the world weaken it. Your mind is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. The more you push yourself, the more resilient you become. And just like an athlete who puts in the work long before the big game, your success will come from the mental discipline you build behind the scenes. The people you surround yourself with have a direct impact on your mindset, your energy, and your future. If you spend most of your time around people who complain, doubt, and make excuses, it's only a matter of time before you start thinking the same way. You might have big dreams, but if you're constantly around people who don't believe in themselves, they will project that same disbelief onto you. Success is not just about what you know. It's also about who you allow into your life. If you want to elevate, you need to be around people who push you to be better, people who challenge you to take bigger, people who inspire you to take action. The right environment will either fuel your growth or stunt it. You can't expect to fly if you're always surrounded by people who are afraid to leave the ground. Look at the conversations you're having on a daily basis. Are they building you up or tearing you down? Are they filled with ideas, strategies, and possibilities, or are they filled with gossip, negativity, and doubt? What you hear regularly becomes what you believe, and what you believe determines what you achieve. If the people around you don't support your growth, it's time to create distance and seek out those who do. Growth can be uncomfortable because it requires change. Sometimes that means outgrowing certain friendships or distancing yourself from people who don't align with your vision. That doesn't mean you don't care about them, but it does mean you care enough about yourself to protect your mindset. Surrounding yourself with the right people isn't just about networking or success. It's about making sure you're in an environment that nurtures your potential instead of draining it. The most successful people don't just have talent or intelligence, they have the right relationships. They intentionally place themselves around people who think differently, who challenge them to grow, and who encourage them to keep going when things get tough. Your circle is either pushing you forward or holding you back, and the choice of who you allow in your space will determine the level of success you reach. Everything you want in life starts in your mind. Before you can achieve it, you have to believe it. The problem is, most people wait until they see proof before they have faith. They want to see success before they believe they're capable.